Welcome back, friends. So we're in Isaiah chapter 13. We'll have some selected quotes from here in other parts as well. Babylon as archetype, not villain. So as Isaiah turns to the judgment of the nations, he begins and will later return with Babylon. The opening line makes this explicit from 13:1. The oracle concerning Babylon. That placement is deliberate and it matters. Babylon is not singled out because it is uniquely wicked. It is singled out because it represents something every age recognizes: power divorced from obedience. In Isaiah 13, the language of the day of the Lord is applied first not to Israel, but to Babylon itself. Judgment begins where the illusion of permanence is strongest. Historically, Babylon was a real empire with real armies, wealth, and cultural influence. Isaiah does not deny that reality, but he looks deeper. In Isaiah 14, the prophet moves from the city to its ruler, exposing the inner logic of pride that says, I will ascend to heaven. I will make myself like the Most High. That'd be Isaiah 14, 13 to 14. What is judged here is not a regime, but a way of thinking that confuses dominance with legitimacy and endurance with righteousness. That assumption is precisely what judgment exposes. Judgment does not fall first on the weakest nations, but on the strongest delusion. Babylon believes itself untouchable. Its structures appear enduring. Its power seems self-sustaining. Yet Isaiah already anticipates its collapse when he declares, Fallen, fallen is Babylon. Isaiah 21:9. Long before the history confirms it. Isaiah is dismantling historical reductionism before it can take hold. These oracles are not merely about ancient geopolitics. They reveal a recurring pattern. Whenever power detaches itself from obedience, it becomes unstable, no matter how solid it appears. This is why Babylon frames this entire section. The judgment that opens in Isaiah 13 finds its echo at the close of the unit, where Isaiah speaks again of God's decisive actions against the forces that oppose his order in Isaiah 27. Babylon is not just a villain of the past, it is an archetype that teaches us how judgment works. As Isaiah moves outward from Babylon to the nations, the scope widens, but the logic remains the same. Strength does not exempt us from truth, and stability does not equal righteousness. And what looks secure may already be falling beneath the surface. So the question Isaiah presses on here is not whether Babylon fell long ago. The question is closer and more uncomfortable. Where do we confuse stability with righteousness? And that question prepares us for what will come next as judgment widens beyond Babylon, not to destroy indiscriminately, but to reveal what can actually endure. So.
Wow, it's so good. I just love the way you put this all together, Karen, because I feel like it's such a great way to just frame everything and understand that it's, these ancient texts aren't just like historical fiction, but they have a deeper truth that really speaks to the state of an individual soul, even. And
Absolutely, absolutely. They're written for our instruction today. So maybe now is a good time to wave around a few of the books. There's always that moment somewhere in the show where we wave books. So here is always the Reverend Schofield's King James Version. I like King James. The text we use is RSV because of my other scholarship, but I like King James Version, and um, I like it because that's where the founding fathers for the United States were deeply educated in this. So to understand our constitutions, state and federal, the Federalist Papers, the justice system, all of that,
Right.
straight out King James Version. Okay. Then here's my tome.
Yeah.
My tome. So that was just this was just released with Scott Hahn and Curtis Mitchell. And
Right.
then last but not least, John Bergsman and Brant Petrie.
Yeah.
So I use that too. Plus, there are going to be other sources, and I'll note those in the show notes so people can avail themselves of that.
Awesome.
All right. All right, friends. We will pick up in the next episode with the question, where do we confuse? Okay, so I see I'm doing a little difference here. So I'm give an action item, and you can take it to prayer if you'd like. Where do we confuse stability with righteousness? So if you care to, you can take that to prayer. And so now the studies that Mike and I are doing here have perhaps a little bit more of a tag into your own personal situation.
Mhm.
And that is, at the end of the day, really what matters.
Yeah.
We're doing something a little more than just having a stroll through historical texts, as
Right.
wonderful as that might be.
Yeah, the purpose is a deeper relationship with our Creator.
That's correct. And that will give us a happier life here, and of course, to be with Him for all eternity.
Mhm.
That's right. All right, my friends. We'll see you the next time. Till then, fides.